Now at 10, we'll take a look at some of the storm damage from across the 4 states after last night's storms. Plus, the Southeast Kansas Humane Society hosts a microchip clinic for your furry friends. And PSU hosts the annual Pittsburgh Festival of the Arts at the Brittenell Center.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
4 states residents are cleaning up after last night's storms. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Amber Jenkins. We'll go straight to Chloe Aurora for the first look at weather.
Well, thankfully, we ended off the night clear so we can have that opportunity to clean up that damage. Temperatures in the lower 70s across the board. The dew points are nice right now at 65 degrees, but they'll slowly start to ramp up in the next week, unfortunately. Right now, though, we're feeling pretty nice. In the temperatures in the upper 60s, lower 70s across the board. Lamar 66, Nevada 88, Monette hanging at 70, as well as Parsons. You're at 70 degrees as well. We'll dip down into the 60s, the lower 60s to be exact, 62. For Joplin heading into tonight, it'll be a pretty calm and quiet night. Thankfully, a nice contrast from last night. In a little bit, I'll have your Juneteenth forecast as well as the temperature trend. I'll have the details on all of that. It's coming up here in a bit.
Last night's storms caused damage throughout the 4 states. These are some photos sent in by viewers from Joplin, Neosho, Carthage, Pittsburgh, Miami, Wyandotte, Tulsa, Grand Lake, and Jenks. As you can see, trees were knocked over and in some cases, damaged homes and vehicles. The storms also took out power for hundreds of area residents. You can send in your photos of the storm damage to our Facebook page. The city of Grove, Oklahoma was especially hit hard. The National Weather Service issued a tornado warning there last night, but there was no reports of any touching down. However, the strong winds brought down lots of trees and power lines. Hundreds of residents were without power for most of the day, with some still reporting outages.
Not quite what we had in mind, but you know, sometimes God gives us fathers a chance to show off all our abilities, and today I've had my chainsaw out and my trailer out and doing all my dad's stuff. So
the Northeast Oklahoma Electric Cooperative says efforts to fully restore power could extend into the week. Pet owners in Southeast Kansas were able to get some peace of mind today. The Southeast Kansas Humane Society hosted a microchip clinic event. KOAM Sagun Bamadeli has more.
As the 4th of July approaches, the Southeast Kansas Humane Center is hosting an event to help pet owners in case their animals go missing.
We'll insert a chip in them. It's just as small as like a grain of rice, and it will stay in them for all of their life. And it's only if they were to escape and then get picked up by someone and taken to a shelter, and then have them scanned for a chip, and it'll come back under the owner's name.
Kelsey says some pets might be terrified of the fireworks on Independence Day.
Important, especially with the 4th of July coming up. Pets usually go missing around this time. So, you know, it's every 1 in 3 animals will go missing in their lifetime. So it's really important for owners to just be up to date on all their vaccinations and getting them chipped just so they can always stay at home with them.
The chips are not a tracking device, but more of an identification card.
People think that a microchip is kind of like a tracking device, and it's not. You know, most of the time an animal will get picked up by someone, and if they end up liking the animal and keeping it, they will realize, you know, this is probably someone's pet, and then take them into a shelter to get them scanned to see if they have a chip, to see if it's anybody's pet.
In Pittsburgh, Shagun Bamdele, KOM News.
More than 9 animals were microchipped today. Pittsburgh Festival of the Arts concluded today at Pittsburgh State University. The festival consists of week-long free concerts for the community to enjoy. Attendees were able to enjoy music from the Summertime Kicks Jazz Band, which is comprised of local musicians, including faculty, students, alumni, and community members. On display at the Brittenell Center throughout the month of June is an exhibit from the collection of the Jim Halsey Company.
It's a lot of fun, and I think it's fun for the band. It's a challenge because you're coming in, and I'm not necessarily picking nothing but easy music. Some of it's very difficult, so they come in, they read it, they play it, and we have a couple of students in the band.
The exhibit may be seen during the week, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday marks Juneteenth, and many are celebrating to commemorate the end of slavery in Galveston, Texas, back in 1865. ending slavery in America. Joe Baker was at the Juneteenth ICAT at McAdams Park to talk to those in attendance.
Just relaxing and having a good time. Just, community coming together.
Wichitans spending their Saturday at Juneteenth ICT at McAdams Park. The hot weather didn't stop people from showing up, leading to busy crowds. The Juneteenth ICT celebration is happening all weekend long through the Juneteenth holiday Monday and has plenty of food, drinks, and events to offer. The festivities Saturday kicked off with a parade. The fun doesn't stop there. A Juneteenth gospel concert is slated for Sunday night. Many food and drink vendors are located throughout McAdams Park for those in attendance to enjoy through the Juneteenth holiday Monday. All say everyone is welcome to attend.
Just a good atmosphere, good eating. Just come and expect to have a good time.
And to let everybody know that we are here to acknowledge all people. Now, it's not just because of the black people, it's people, period.
For those in attendance Saturday, they say the Juneteenth holiday means a lot to them.
It's hard to put into words because a lot of people suffered and died so we could have this day.
It's a celebration for us as a group, our independence, being free, allowed to do a lot of things that we weren't normally able to do. We haven't always been able to celebrate. We haven't always been able to express ourselves in a free way.
Coming up, President Biden heads to California with urgency for his re-election efforts. Plus, the Secretary of State travels to China to talk to communist officials. A 17-year-old male was killed in a mass shooting in downtown St. Louis. Police say at least 10 young people were shot early Sunday. Authorities say the youngest victim was 15 and the oldest 19. One 17-year-old female was trampled, running from the scene, and has serious spinal injuries. One 17-year-old suspect is in custody. Police recovered multiple firearms from the scene, including an AR-15 style rifle.
To the anti-gun safety lawmakers in Missouri, in the state legislature, the last thing I'll say is step up or step aside. Keep your mouth off St. Louis, because we're doing the work. And if you want to join us, our arms are open and our ears are too.
The conditions of the surviving 9 victims are unknown. President Biden spent Father's Day in Delaware, and this week the president heads to California as his re-election efforts take on a new urgency. CBS Skylar Henry reports from the White House.
President Biden will announce a more than $600 million investment to combat the climate crisis during his West Coast swing. He'll also attend a few fundraisers. Mr. Biden rallied with union workers Saturday, one day after the AFL, CIO, and other major unions endorsed him. He was in full campaign mode, highlighting the administration's achievements.
Most importantly, we're not only changing this country, we're transforming it.
In his speech, he never mentioned his predecessor. However, other GOP presidential hopefuls did, concerned about the federal charges facing former President Trump.
There's some very disturbing conduct in there, including the showing of these documents to other people that were not cleared to be able to see them.
But some Republicans are accusing the president of politicizing the Justice Department.
To see a former president of the United States be subject to an indictment by the administration of the current president, that sends a terrible message to the wider world.
Despite his legal troubles, recent CBS News polling still shows Trump well ahead of the growing list of GOP challengers, looking to leapfrog him and get the party's nomination.
The latest CBS News poll also shows that around 42% of Democrats don't think President Biden should run for a second term. Officials tell CBS News the president is slowly building out his campaign team, and it'll take some time before a full team is in place. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken is in Beijing on a rare trip to China as relations with the U.S. continue to sour. He'll spend the next 2 days meeting with top Communist Party officials, but it's still unclear if he'll sit down with the President-elect Beijing. The primary goal of his trip is to re-establish senior-level communication, including military to military. Other issues like China's role in the fentanyl crisis are up for discussion as well. A little later, a father and son duo help men look their best while creating some memories.
Stick around, I have your Juneteenth forecast coming at you right after the break. Well, I hope you got a chance to see that beautiful sunset. If not, no worries, there are plenty of clear evenings ahead of us this week. Here's a look at our Indigo Sky Casino and Resort just west of Seneca, Missouri. I mean, we're pretty calm outside for the most part. We're feeling pretty nice outdoors. Temperatures hanging around in the lower 70s right now to upper 60s. Nevada at 68, Stockton 67. Parsons, you're currently at 70 degrees. Well, Miami, you're at 70 as well. So we're a little bit cooler than what we saw before in the prior days. Yesterday we were in the upper 80s, some of us topping out in the lower 90s before we saw that storm system push through with a cold front. Here's our 24-hour temperature change across the board. May not seem like a whole lot, but compared to what we saw today and yesterday, made a wonderful difference and a comfortable difference at that. Joplin currently sitting at 70 degrees, feels like 70 as well, which is good to note. The dew point is feeling pretty mild right now at 65 degrees. We'll see that continue to increase as we head into the next couple of weeks or so. As we get into that warmer pattern, we'll see more moisture coming from the south. Our humidity right now is a little on the higher end, but that of course is from the rain that we saw yesterday before that continues to dry out. Temperatures will dip down into the lower 60s, 62 for Joplin. We'll also see our temperatures rise up pretty quickly, 79 degrees by 10 a.m. We'll be pretty calm and quiet tonight, thankfully, compared to what we saw last night. So you'll get a good night's rest as you head into your Juneteenth tomorrow. If you have plans outdoors, make sure you're staying very cautious of the UV index. The burn time, 10 minutes, as little as 10 minutes. So make sure that you limit your time outdoors, and if not, make sure you find some shade, have a hat, stay hydrated as well, because temperatures will begin to skyrocket heading into tomorrow. Another thing that we have to keep in mind, the allergy index. I know I sound a little bit nasally right now. This is from the grass and ragweed. I know a lot of people have been feeling this as well. It'll continue to increase, especially the grass pollen or grass. Tomorrow, we'll see that begin to skyrocket as we head into the rest of the week as temperatures begin to warm, and we'll see that humidity increase as well. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. We'll see temperatures rise up into the 90s. We'll be lower 90s for the most part throughout this week before we ramp up into the maybe mid 90s and eventually upper 90s as we see this warming trend heading into the end of June and the beginning of July. It is looking like nothing but hot temperatures in the future.
Well, if it's not the heat that's going to get you, it's definitely going to be the allergies. You got to pick one or the other.
One or the other, exactly.
Thank you. On this Father's Day, we're sharing a special story out of Hallsville, Texas. It's an old school barbershop owned by a father and son duo who are making guys look their best, all while creating memories inside and outside the shop. Jesus Martinez reports.
I've been getting my hair cut in here since I was a kid, and it's been a barbershop. This building's been a barbershop since 1956.
Now, as a master barber, Randy Reel has been cutting hair and trimming beards since 1997.
I always tell everybody the best job, your friends come visit you and they got to pay you when they leave.
But the best part of his job is having his son work with him.
And I cut here with my dad.
I couldn't be his boss. I'd be too grouchy. He'd be a lot better just being equal.
At work, they're co-workers and friends. And besides his dad not being his boss, David Reel says the best part about his job is getting to see his dad every day.
And I get to see him all the time. Before I moved to Shreveport, I was also living right beside him, so he got to see me all the time. But I don't mind being here. It's a good change.
Randy has been cutting hair with his dad for about 3.5 years, but their bond goes beyond the hair clippers.
Me and him have fished together. I've been in the boat with him for 34 years.
Going to fishing tournaments for 25 of those years.
When we're not working together, we're fishing together, so.
And when they're not doing either of those, well, Dad likes to take some leisure time during the holidays to go duck hunting with Phil and Cy. Yes, that Phil and Cy.
So everybody likes to talk about the Duck Dynasty bunch, you know, that's big popular.
I never did get into duck hunting.
They may not like or agree on everything, but what they do agree on is...
The old style, I'm better. The new style, he's better. You know,
I don't do flat tops.
he don't do flat tops. I do flat tops.
And no matter what style of hair you like, this old-fashioned barbershop continues to style new memories for Randy and David. In Hallsville, Jesus Martinez, CBS 19.
Still ahead, all state baseball teams are announced in Kansas. Plus, a young fan makes a memorable mistake at a ball game. We'll go through the details next in sports.
Well, Sports in Kansas releases their 2023 All-State Baseball list, and many recognizable names around the southeast Kansas area received high honors, including Columbus's Seth Stover and St. Mary's Colgan's Cooper Simmons. Media members and organizers from all over the state of Kansas voted and recognized their Players of the Year. This year, Seth Stover of Columbus High School was named the 3A Player of the Year. Colgan's Cooper Simmons earned Player of the Year in Class 2A. Also, Colgan's head coach Mike Watt received Coach of the Year. Not only was it just those guys that received honors, but there are also many other guys in southeast Kansas and local athletes that made All-State First Team, All-State Second Team, and honorable mention. While the Joplin Outlaws and the Nevada Griffins meet for the first time this season, both teams are off to a slow start, but the winner of tonight's game could get a boost. In Nevada, Missouri at Lions Stadium, the game recently went final. The Nevada Griffins defeated the Outlaws 5-4 in 10 innings. The Griffins snap a 4-game losing streak. As for the Outlaws, they'll continue their long road trip and head to Jeff City for a big game against the Jefferson City Renegades. The Royals and the Cardinals are both in action this Father's Day, and both teams have a chance to win a 3-game series. Cardinals at Mets in New York. First inning, Nolan Arenado at the plate. He takes this ball on the long flight. Look out, that ball might land at LaGuardia. 2-0 Redbirds, the 2-run homer. Top of the second now, Paul Goldschmidt at the plate. He'll loop this ball into the left field gap. That one will roll all the way up to the wall. 2 runs coming to score. Cardinals take a 5-1 lead. So we head to the top of the 5th now. Cardinals up 6-5. Rookie Jordan Walker with a swing in the drive. Starlin Marte is out of the room, and it's out of here. Solo home run puts St. Louis up 7-5. Top of the 9th now. Game's tied 7-7. Nolan Arenado sends this ball to Souvenir City. Solo home run. Cardinals take an 8-7 lead. St. Louis holds on. They beat New York 8-7. Royals versus Angels now. 4th inning, tied up 1-1. Rookie Samad Taylor with a base hit to right field. Michael Garcia scores off the RBI single. Royals go up 2-1. 5th inning now. Shohei Ohtani at the plate. Be careful of this guy. He puts a charge into that one, and folks, that is a moonshot way out of here. 2-run home run by Ohtani gives the Halos a 3-2 lead. The very next pitch, Mike Trout at the plate, swing in the drive. That's a big fly for number 27. Solo home run pushes the Angels lead up 4-2. So we head to the bottom of the 8th now. Royals looking to get back in it with the runner on. Brandon Drury makes a spectacular play here with a glove for the Halos. Angels hold on to beat the Royals 5-2, and they win the series. Well, it's day 3 of the College World Series, and on this Sunday, teams will be going home and others may be moving on. Starting off with TCU and Virginia. What a game this was. TCU survives and defeats the highly talented Virginia Cavaliers 4-3. This is the first World Series team to be eliminated this year, and TCU will move on to the next round. On the other side of the bracket, Oral Roberts keeps their magical season rolling. They're taking on the Florida Gators, and this game went final moments ago, and the Florida Gators defeat Oral Roberts 5-4, so the Golden Eagles almost completed the big comeback, but they come up just short. Oral Roberts will now play TCU in an elimination game this Tuesday at 1 p.m. And final sports note here. Take a look at this. Foul ball at the Yankees-Red Sox game, and a fan makes the catch in the crowd there, and he'll give the ball to a kid, and he takes the ball, a little sparky there, and throws it on the field. Oh, no. The older brother is beside himself. He can't believe what just happened. He's really upset, and talk about a really tough challenge for that dad on Father's Day. And now the younger brother is hiding. The older brother is giving him the silent treatment too. Funny. Really entertaining game right there, but I mean, that's just hilarious, you know. Little brother, older brother, finding out. That'll be a family story for time to come.
Oh, yes, they're going to say that for years to
Yes.
come, definitely. We'll be right back after this. Today is the day to celebrate fathers across the country. The first Father's Day in 1908 honored men killed in a coal mine explosion in West Virginia. And the day was follow-up from Mother's Day to celebrate dads. Early Father's Days were controversial because they seemed too commercial. But the celebration of the father's role in the family gained traction and became an official holiday in 1972 with a declaration by President Richard Nixon.
Aww.
Well, hi, Dad. Happy Father's Day, Dad. Had to work, but you know.
I know. I'm sad I didn't get to see my dad today.
Well,
see him in the morning.
They see us now, so.
One-way interaction right here.
Well, what's going on with weather today?
Yeah, so really to sum it up, it's going to be hot, it's going to be sunny, and watch out for the allergies. That's been continuing to be a problem, so we'll see that into tomorrow and the next couple of days as well. So get your tissues and your allergy meds going.
Mm-hmm. And what is going on in sports?
Joplin Outlaws, they'll be back at it Monday night against the Sedalia Bombers. So big series there, and we'll see if the Outlaws can turn around their season.
Hopefully they get a win.
Absolutely.
And that's our time for now. Thank you for making us a part of your night.